All right, welcome, welcome, welcome. Nadia Taich is here with Coaching by Nadia. I help professional women primarily working in healthcare and wellness to take charge of their own health through transformation of mindset, nutrition, and fitness. One habit at the time. So please feel free to join our Friends in Health Facebook group, and I'm going to share this video real quick there as well. And today we talk about what an amazing conversation. Feeling overwhelmed? Try these foods. Foods for stress reduction. Who will think that such foods exist? Normally we think about, well, when I feel overwhelmed, I need to stress reduction something. And we normally think about, let's not indulge on foods, isn't it? So today we actually talk about how to indulge on foods when you're feeling stressed and overwhelmed. All right, folks. And at any point when you feel, oh my gosh, I've got to take this next step further, feel free to go to coachingbynadia.com and schedule a 15-minute discovery call with me. Let's discover what's your next step. And today, let's talk about when you're feeling overwhelmed, what stress reduction foods are good for you. And of course, this is just the beginning. It's not the full complete list. Please understand, this is just a started conversation where when we feel overwhelmed, let's think about, okay, first of all, last time we talked about how do I stop my burnout, not my burnout, how do I spot burnout before the burnout stops me? So first of all, let's be aware when we actually overwhelmed and stressed. We feel tired. When the body is tired, lack of sleep, we crave energy. The fastest way to give that energy to the body, we're craving for carbs and sugar. So we feel there is a long list of to do and it just never stops, and we sit at the desk for hours, we don't eat, and then when it's time to stop, we don't even stop then. We stop when maybe a kid drags me out of my office, not pointing fingers. And then we indulge on a big dinner because it's for the family, whatever they eat. I feel like I have to eat. And oh yeah, and at 11 p.m., that's actually where it's my time. Everyone is in bed, and I feel now I can indulge on something I really want, because at the end of the day, I still want to feel like a party in my mouth. And a party in my mouth may sound like something sweet. Is it familiar? Sure, please do let me know in the comments if it's familiar, because I am reading your comments. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Let me know where you're watching from. Are you live or you're in the recording? So let's talk about how to actually focus on food when you're stressed and overwhelmed. Let's talk about what to eat, what you get to eat versus what not to eat. Isn't it like an overall mentality right now when you're stressed, overeat, and you overeat, or stressed, overwhelmed, overweight, diet, or cutting on calories and watching what I eat and eating less. We're so focusing on what not to eat that we actually forget to focus and enjoy and be grateful for what we get to eat. So today's conversation is switching towards what do I get to eat when I'm stressed and overwhelmed, because you've got to eat. Especially if you've been doing it for so long, your body and your brain wants to do that. And if you just flip 180 degrees and stop, that's a disaster waiting to be happen. So let's help our brain to actually still consume that food, which is not as distracting. You're still tricking your brain, you're still eating and still giving your body what it needs with good options. Okay. All right, so here's how I'd like us to look at, well, folks, after I just mentioned understanding what's happening, to be aware of what's happening in my psyche, in my soul, in my mind, and my body, communicating both ways with my body is very important. It's not I'm craving for these foods and I'm eating it. It's actually asking, why am I craving for this food? Okay. So understanding what's happening and being curious and just notice there's no judgment and curiosity is the key. It's a step number one. Okay. And step number two is going to be our major step since we're focusing on the stress relief foods. And the way I am, this is usually how I break those foods into parts of the day. Morning, afternoon, evening. And let me do this, folks. I'm actually going to take a liberty and I'm going to jump over the morning. Many of us have different choices in the morning, and the morning doesn't seem to be that difficult for us, isn't it? What becomes difficult for us is actually evening or throughout the day, where we snack while we are staring at the computer doing our work. So I'm taking a liberty and switching to during the day. 3 things during the day I want us to think about. First of all, let's munch on foods that take time. Please find something that takes time to eat. In fact, healthy and unhealthy, the longer you chew, the longer it takes you, the more you have to chew, the better the nutrients assimilate and the faster you get full. Let's munch on foods that take time. Number 2, and we will go into details, don't worry. Number 2, let's find those foods that are also beneficial for our health. When we are overwhelmed and under stress, we are depleting vitamin C, depleting vitamin B. Our immune system slows down because the cortisol production, the stress hormone production is actually affecting our immune system. So overall, if I may say, very slow, but we will get sicker and weaker. Okay. And number 3, I know it's also what we want to do. We want to have a drink, like good drink. So we want to have foods that will take longer. We want to munch on. We want to take foods that will help our immune system and restore and bring balance of the nutrients that are being depleted because we are stressed and overwhelmed. And we still want to have a drink. So let's find options of a good drink. Okay, got that? All right, let's go and jump into it. So I'm going to look into, this is what I do as well, folks. What I teach is what I also practice for my own health. In the afternoon, here's what I'm catching myself wanting: snacking. So if you talk about finding something to munch on, and this is your personal, you know your body. If you have certain food allergies, this is not me saying do eat that. You have to know your body. This is just recommendation. So it's your responsibility to say whether this is my choice or not. If it's not, what else can be possible? What I munch on is nuts, and almonds is one of the best options for nuts. So here's what I know about almonds. Well, it's not just great for your immune system, thanks to vitamin E. It also has loads of B vitamins, magnesium, which helps your body make serotonin and can reduce feelings of stress reduction and depression. Okay, so almonds, guess what? They take time to munch on. They take time to eat. All right, so here's another one that I do in the afternoon is, I know, raw vegetables. Just imagine, like celery. My close people know if I'm chewing on celery, something is wrong. Like, what's happening? Why are you chewing on celery? Well, the reason I'm chewing on celery, number 1, it takes long to chew, and my body needs something to chew on because I'm stressed. And number 2, I know it's good for me, so I'm going to choose to chew on celery in the stressful time. In fact, it's my way of giving my body almost like a thank you for talking to me. So munching on raw vegetables can help you relax. It's really truly also mechanical. Just think about it. All that crunching and munching, reducing tension in your jaw, which in turn helps you manage stress levels. So I'm curious, what is your raw vegetable? Or maybe 2, maybe 3. I mentioned mine. All right, let's move forward. And when you're craving some sweets and sugar, consider, again, we're focusing on what do I get to eat when I crave that sweets. I want to have a protein in my mouth. Think about strawberries. Besides rich in full vitamin C more than an apple. Study shows that vitamin C lowers stress and anxiety levels. Also, let's have those apples as well. They take time to chew on. Full of vitamins plus vitamin C. We are also talking about immune system, right? Okay. Want to drink in the afternoon? Well, I will say wait for the actual drink in the evening, and I'm going to use, this is my choice, green tea for gratitude. I do not multitask. I put my butt on the chair, sorry for French, and I'm actually enjoying my tea with almonds and fruits. So everything I mentioned to you, sometimes veggies, but veggies I do separately. I sit down for my green tea for gratitude in the afternoon. Okay, let's jump into the evening. What's happening in the evening? Do you want to chew on something? How about cherries? Melatonin-rich cherries can also lead to good night's sleep. Oh. How about a drink? Let's think about 2 drinks. So chamomile tea, you probably know that. Classic stress relief food or beverage, also well known as the herb that works. Sipping on chamomile tea can help stress reduction. Naturally caffeine-free helps increase serotonin and melatonin levels in the body, leading to a restful slumber, feeling calm sleep. Okay. How about this option for the drink? I actually use that option for 2 purposes. Number 1, when I'm hungry. And number 2, I learned from a nutritionist that eating protein, not meat, not steak, vegetable, light option of protein, helps your body do what in the evening? Restore, repair, rejuvenate. Protein is a building block of every human cell. So having light protein in your tummy, you're still going to bed light, helps your body to utilize that protein when you restore, especially if you work out, you're doing strength training, you went for a walk, run, resistance training, weightlifting, beneficial. So I actually mix, I'm lazy, but in this case, it will be great just to mix it with water. I mix in my protein milkshake. I do use Sheffler products. A little plug here. I mix just a tiny shot of 4 ounces, and I do not multitask when I sip that drink. I'm actually munching and sipping on it for as long as I want. And if I want a little bit of chew on, I'm actually going to grab that option that I shared with you. I feel like I spilled it so fast. But folks, let's think about when you feel stressed and overwhelmed. Number 1, focus on communicating with your body and being curious. Wow, I'm actually feeling stressed and overwhelmed. Why? Fine, I want to know why, but what do I do? And when my body is so used to eating and chewing and drinking on something, let's trick our brain and give something to our body to drink, chew, and munch on. You can do in the afternoon, as I mentioned, almonds, cherry, well, no, where's my list? Strawberries, apples, green tea for gratitude. In the evening, you can switch, fresh vegetables. In the evening, you can switch to cherries, chamomile tea, protein drink. Focus on what you get to eat versus what not. And there are so many healthy options right now. These are just to start from a very basic foundation and some options. Before you go, please let me know what spoke to you the most. And if you want to take a deeper view there, what is actually my personalized nutrition for what I need, my goals and my body, please feel free to schedule through coachingbynadia.com, 15-minute discovery call with me. And let me know what was the most beneficial out of this conversation for you. And please, if you know and have someone in your life who need to hear that, share with them. And I will see you next time for another incredible conversation on Let's Talk Health. Bye-bye for now.